Good morning, students. My name is Amirdeep Kaur and I'm your English teacher. I'll be taking you through the first poem. Now, this is your book that we are going to be covering for this session. I'll take you through the index first. Now, as you can see, we have the first unit that is by the name of adventure. And today we're going to cover section A, that is pirate story. Okay, so let me take you to the poem. Now, first, before we start with the reading of the poem, I'll just give you a little brief about the poem. The poem is based on adventure. There are basically three children who are playing in the garden, but they pretend as if they are on a ship and they are traveling. So that is how the title of the poem comes, that is Pirate Story. So let me take you to the paragraphs and I'll explain from there on. So the first paragraph, let's begin with that. Three of us afloat in the meadow by the swing. Three of us abroad in the basket on the lee. Winds are in the air, they are blowing in the spring, and the waves are on the meadow, like waves there are at sea. Now, here it mentions three of us, so that refers to the three children who are playing in the garden. Now, afloat here, the meaning is floating on water. So, now here they say afloat in the meadow. Now, this is a metaphor because it says three of us afloat. Now, we cannot, of course, afloat in the garden. So, they are pretending to be on the sea. So, that's why it's mentioned afloat in the meadow by the swing. So, they are actually floating with the help of the swing. Three of us abroad in the basket on the lee. Now they say that three of them again, they are in the basket of the lee. Now basket of the lee, that means they are in the open area, they are in the open grassy land. Basket here refers to just like the open sea. Winds are in the air. So now here, yes, as it is spring season, so the winds are blowing. Just like when you travel by the sea, the winds are blowing. And waves are on meadow, like waves there at the sea. Now here again, yes, as the wind is blowing, so that refers, now here the waves on the meadow, here waves refer to the winds which are blowing, like the waves there are at sea. So as we know, there are a lot of waves in the sea. So this is the first paragraph. Now let's start with the second paragraph. Now the second paragraph, it starts with, where shall we adventure today that we are afloat? So now all three of them are discussing that where should they go for the adventure. Now that today they are afloat, they are floating, they are open, they are playing openly in the garden. Wary of the weather. Now here wary means they know or they have the information about the weather, they are aware of the weather. And steering by the star. Now here students, steering by a star, this particular line has a poetic device that is called the alliteration. Wary and weather. Now you see these both words start with W and they have the similar sound. Similarly, steering and star. Now steering by the star here, this means now the pirates or the sailors who sail on the sea, if they are lost anywhere and they don't know which direction they're going to, so there's a star that's called the pole star. So they use the help of the pole star and they try to find out their direction. So that is what it means, steering by the star. That means they're trying to find the directions with the help of the star. Now, shall it be to Africa, a steering of the boat? Now they're planning whether they should go to Africa or to Providence. Now, Providence here means a very safe and a secure place. Or Babylon, that's an ancient city which is very famous for architecture. Or off to Malabar. Malabar is in the southern of India, which is famous for its, we can say, the ships. It has a coastal area. Okay, so this is with the second paragraph. So basically in the second paragraph, they're trying to decide where they should go to find the adventure. Proceeding to the third and the last paragraph, it says, "Hi, but here's a squadron rowing on the sea." Now here, squadron again, that means a group of aircrafts or ships. Okay, so now all of a sudden what happens is when they're deciding where to go, there's a squadron, so there's a group of aircrafts which are coming towards them. Now here again, now we know that they are actually in the garden, so here squadron refers to the cattle on the meadow. So there are cattle which are in the meadow here, which are being referred to the squadron. A charging with great roar, so they're coming towards them with a great roar. Quick, and we'll escape them. They are as mad as they can be. So now who are they trying to escape? They're trying to escape the cattle who are coming towards them, and they are as mad as they can be. The wicket is the harbor. Now here wicket here refers to an opening or the entrance of the harbor. Harbor is actually a place where the ships are actually tied or they are parked. And the garden is the shore. So the garden for them is just like the shore. So this poem is actually written by Robert Louis Stevenson, and it's mentioned over here. You can see was Robert Louis Stevenson was a poet, musician, and a travel writer. His most famous books are Treasure Island, The Strange Case, and so on. So these are various stories which you will get to read maybe in your further classes. The word meanings are mentioned over here, and I'm showing you the question answers as well. Now there's a file which is attached along with this recording. So in that file, you will get to see more of the word meanings which you need to write down in your copies along with the question answers as well. Okay, students. Now the poem ends over here. So overall, the poem it's an adventurous poem, and it is a poem of 3 students or 3 children who are on an adventure and they're trying to visit different places. Okay, so we'll meet again with the new chapter. I hope you enjoyed the poem, and stay safe and stay healthy.